If you are ever nervous shooting videos, this is the video to watch.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I'm talking about how to be less nervous in front of a camera. Now, I couldn't easily get on a camera like this and just improvise a topic in mind and just start talking about it like this, right? It took me quite a lot of years, in fact, several years to actually get into the flow of it, of just hitting record, getting on a camera, and starting to speak. As you guys notice, the quality's different. I got a new iPhone. Why? Because I'm leveling up, I'm upgrading my life. And I decided that, you know, if I want to give you guys the most optimum content, I'm going to have to upgrade my quality. So, having said that, I want you guys to really start to notice that it's more about the message than the messenger. What does that mean? Stop being so self-conscious, okay? Like right now I notice, okay, my hair is all over the place, right? And it's flowing everywhere. And I'm worried right now. If I get really in my head and I start looking at myself, and I'm like, oh, maybe I can stand in this corner. Okay, that's girly. Okay, don't do that. Don't just be like so self-conscious about yourself, being like, oh, there's that one pimple, right? Nobody cares more than you care about that pimple. Nobody's noticing that pimple, okay? Nobody's noticing what little flaws or idiosyncrasies you have going around, okay? It's all in your head. Repeat after me. It's all in my head. It's all in my head, okay? So, it's more about the message. What are you actually portraying through the video that you're trying to say? Are you making some kind of a sales video? Right? Are you basically making some kind of content piece? Are you making a YouTube video? Are you trying to spread a message or awareness about a certain campaign or a certain issue that's going on, a global crisis, right? Know what the message is. What is the point of the video? Like this video, I clearly told you guys it's about not being nervous on camera, right? So I had that in mind, and knowing that, I'm gonna come back to that theme. I'm gonna get back to that motif. Of course, a lot of my videos are freestyled because I'm just speaking from my own experience, and I'm going deep into my own subconscious mind and allowing myself to flow. Now, before this, of course, I was playing a little bit of music to get into the zone. Of course, I was trying to figure this thing out. I got signed out of my Instagram. You know what I mean? I was trying to reset the password in my new phone. And yeah, it got kind of messed up. So hopefully that works out. But then again, you know, I'm just speaking my heart. I'm just speaking honestly. When you get back to the authenticity and truth of what you're talking about, it automatically gets you out of your head, because then you can just fully be yourself. You're not this on-stage kind of persona, you know, where you're like, oh, I have to be this very specific way. Oh, I wonder, I look cool like this. Huh, maybe it would be really cool if I did that. No, just cut all of that. Be raw, be unfiltered, be completely yourself, and allow yourself to pause. Allow yourself to make mistakes. Allow yourself to be in the silence. You know, for me, I like to use my nervous energy to go outwards, not inwards. If I'm feeling nervous in front of a camera, I imagine that I'm just talking to myself on the other side. Okay? Now this might seem selfish or condescending or whatever you're going to call that. It's a technique. It's a technique that works for me. Okay? So if it works for you, that's incredible. I just imagine someone like myself, maybe not myself, but like a clone of myself, or a younger version of myself, my target audience on the other side of the camera watching me. And they're watching my every move. Imagine if there was a documentary, like a camera footage team, right? A documentary team following you around everywhere you go. How would you live your life then? Right, this is one of the themes of my book TPM, which is on Kindle currently. So if you haven't gotten that yet, highly recommend you check that out. Click the button in the description and get it. Okay. So one of the top themes of that book is you're being watched. If you were on TV, if you were in a movie, if you're on camera, how would you live your life? Would you live it more self-consciously? To some people, yes. It would actually make them feel panicked, the fact that somebody's watching me. Okay? Because we love to live in secrecy. However, what is cybersecurity? Cybersecurity is you feel protected. You feel like you have your privacy and confidentiality on lock. Right? So the idea of security is a feeling of trust, a feeling of knowingness that you have your values, your virtues, all on lock. And it's in that lock and key that we sometimes preserve ourselves in our own egos, and we think that, you know, oh man, I've got to protect myself, I've got to protect everything that I say, I can't be too open about these things, I can't talk about every topic. Look, you got to be authentic, but it's also got to be relevant to your audience. And it's got to really resonate with them, right? Because if it doesn't resonate with who's listening to these videos, then there's no point to the video. Okay, so I know there's specific flow Jedis of people who actually want these hacks in terms of how to be more free in front of a camera like this. Okay? And that's who I'm speaking to. So you're speaking to your message to a very particular audience. Now, what if you're like really in your body and your heart is beating faster? That's okay. Allow yourself to do multiple takes. It's okay. All right, just do it. Just get the first few rough ones out of the way. My first video ever, it was awful. It's completely prepackaged. I planned it for hours, trying to say things. I was reading off of a script to make sure I was saying everything correctly. Those videos don't get a lot of views. Those videos don't get, you know, I mean, sure they could. If you make it look professional, you have a structure, all of that is great. And you can do that. But there's something so genuine about someone just pressing record and speaking transparently into a camera like this. And that's what I want you guys to truly learn. To truly just be yourself on camera, not worry about who's judging you or what they have to say about you, because all of that is secondary, right? For the people who this video helps, that's who I'm focusing on, okay? So how to be less nervous on camera? First of all, you want to ground yourself. What I like to visualize is I have wings, and for the bottom of my feet, I have roots of a tree. And as I'm walking around, I imagine that I'm swimming on land. Okay, that's my own technique. That's how you would play my character in a movie of my life. So don't use that only, because that's how you would play me. And you don't want to be a clone of me, making videos just like me. You want to be your own you. So you've got to trust in your own process of doing it. Okay? If you're looking up a video of how to be less nervous on camera, it's time that you start to understand that, you know, it's okay to be nervous on camera when you first begin, but frame that nervousness as excitement, because it's the same thing physiologically that you're feeling. All right? So if you think, oh man, I'm excited to actually make this video because I'm excited to share this message and get others to hear about it, because I'm actually, you know, holding on to my gifts, and that should be a crime. And that should be illegal, you holding on to your talents and gifts. You don't even know if you're a great speaker or a great, you know, public speaking is the number one fear. I think that's ridiculous, right? And you can just practice and put yourself out there and practice and put yourself in the action steps of actually doing it. We can talk about doing it. We can read about doing it. Listen, just do it, right? Just get on the camera, press the record button, put videos out there, learn a little bit about the algorithm and all this other stuff. That's not important, right? I don't even focus on that now. And, you know, my channel's growing very slowly. That's okay, right? I'm not looking for millions of followers, but what I am looking for is that my message is heard. And the few people that do hear it, they're going to internalize it, they're going to use it, and eventually they're going to see the value of it. Because there's no other flow coach actually posting videos every day like this, right? There's no other flow coach out there posting daily videos like this? Who can get on a camera and just speak every single day? Right? There's not a lot. So you got to set yourself apart from all the other people who are doing it. Right? Because there's a lot of people doing it, but it's like, hey, first things first, focus on the camera when you're talking, right? You can learn a bunch of silly techniques like, all right, flip the camera this way. That won't work for this case. However, don't look at the camera so you become less self-conscious. Flip the phone camera the other way so you don't look at yourself. Okay, that's great. Maybe I want to look at myself. Right? Maybe I want to look at myself. It's okay. It's okay. Like, however I look, I'm okay with my image. Right? I'm not afraid of it. Now, of course, that might take you away from the camera and you look at yourself constantly, and that breaks you away from the audience. However, at the same time, you just know that not a lot of these techniques are for everybody, right? So, having the audience in mind, speaking your truth, speaking authentically, being relevant, resonating with the people, and ultimately understanding that when you know what you're talking about, you're going to talk for hours, right? Excuse me. So you basically, you want to talk about topics that you are an expert in. You're a specialist in these areas. That's why I can speak for hours like this on a video, right? I have to actually edit myself and cut myself down to 15 minutes because I can actually talk for hours and hours on end. Okay? I can make a 1 hour video, 2 hour video, but I don't want to do that, right? I'm giving you the guys the value that is the most proponent, that is the most legitimate in regards to the topic at hand. So, let me just remind you again, how to be less nervous in front of a camera. Make the camera your best friend. Get to know the camera. Be in front of a camera, right? Press record every single day. You don't have to post that video, but still record yourself. You must record yourself every single day, even if you're not putting it up, because you want to be used to looking at yourself in the camera. Okay, maybe you're shy in front of a camera. There's no such thing as shy in front of a camera, right? It's just a camera. Imagine you're just talking to a person on the other side. Okay, and if you're scared to talk to people, that's okay. Imagine that you're just talking to a piece of furniture, right? Or an inanimate object. It's the same thing, right? It might be weird. Hey, that guy's talking to a chair. Doesn't matter what people think, right? Ultimately, it doesn't matter what people think. It's as long as people get your message. That's what matters, right? So even if the message is really simple, like love others and, don't be a jerk to people, right? Okay, that's fine. Make that your video, but you got to add your own flavor to it. You got to add your own twist to it. And that'll come over time when you actually start making more videos, right? People try to skip ahead in the process and they're like, what? How can I stand out in my marketplace niche, right? You just keep doing it until you find the way that you've been able to overlap all your strengths, all your faculties, all your talents together and be able to actually pinpoint it. And then voila, c'est magnifique. Okay? You have to be able to just do that. And if you can't do that, you can always learn. And if you want more tips like this, you can always learn from me. I'm a flow state coach. I help people feel better and perform better. And I also help, a lot of different people with different areas of life, like charisma. I help people with confidence. I'll help people with, getting out of their head and into their bodies again. I primarily help people find the rhythm of their life again, find the momentum, find the flow state, focus, laser beam energy again. So if that's what you're looking for, shoot me a message on Instagram. Let's get to work. And well, my Instagram is shut down, so you can always send me an email as well if you don't reach me, right? So flowzoneacademy@gmail.com. I'm sure I got my Instagram working again. Anyway, peace and love. May the flow be with you. Stay legendary. Let's get it.